What are your responsibilities? You're gonna set up the LLC, we're gonna set it up for you, okay? Attorneys, all a package. You're gonna find, analyze, and control a great deal. If you wanna get deals, you probably already know that's why you wanna set up the fund, okay? I talked to several of you, you're already in the game. Time the process of the due diligence to raise the capital, then close. So people say, what should I do first? You're always a machine to do what? To raise capital. You're a machine to raise capital. You introduce yourself as a capital raise. I raise capital. What else do you do? I'm also a software engineer. You see my point? I told you, I used to be in the hotel business with Hilton Hotels. I used to handle like the West Coast of California for troubleshooting. And actually I went to Puerto Rico because they had a hotel and casino, and that's how I got to know Puerto Rico. Sometimes God guides you in mysterious ways. You pay attention, how come? Why did God make me meet this person? How come Anish invited me to come and speak and all this? Maybe I can transform some lives, maybe there'll be some good partnership. You never know. So as you pay attention to what's happening, what ends up happening is it opens opportunities for you. So you're always raising capital. When I was in the hotel business, and people would ask me, so what do you do? Oh, I'm the vice president of Hilton Hotels for the West Coast. I am based in the Bay Area. They would say, you're in charge of Hilton, the West Coast? Yeah. My cousin's neighbor's wife may be coming next weekend. Can you give us a discount? I was like, oh my gosh. We had brunch a couple of weeks ago at the Hilton that's in Long Beach, California. Can we get another coupon for the, oh my God. Change all this. And I immediately started saying, what do? I raise capital. I'm a real estate fund manager. Before I raised capital, kind of in between, I started saying I'm a real estate investor. When I was single, I'd ask girls to dance. She's at the bar. Hi. It's beautiful music, isn't it? Yes. Would you like to dance? Yes. Hi. Do you have a property? You want to sell a property? Buy a property? Yes. How about, you do sell or carry back? No? You don't have anything in real estate? Thank you. It was a pleasure dancing with you. Hi, would you like to? I kid you not, I swear to God. I changed some people's lives. I remember this girl. She was divorced. I found a property. I had another deal. So I told her, I said, you want to move to a house you're renting? Yes. I got this deal. Never forget this. 170,000. San Diego. It was a steal of a deal. I said, you need to look at this. You really need to look at it. Oh, you're trying to date me and see me tomorrow. You can go see it by yourself. Go see this property. She went, she saw the property. Called me, she said, I'm very scared. I said, if you don't buy it, I'll buy it. She said, okay, I have the down payment. She bought the property. The property today is worth at least $1 million. So of course, we didn't never stay in touch after that, but got married and all this. But periodically, I check on my old girlfriend's property values. She sold it. Wrong! She sold it. But unbelievable, right? So strategize to manage the property and take it to its highest and best use. This is the funnest part. You do construction, you add square footage, you build another floor, you add antennas, you add signage, you change use like hotels. Oh my God, hotels are so profitable if you know what you're doing. So profitable. Heck, you can build a hotel, like in Puerto Rico, you get tax credit. You buy it for $5 million. Listen to this. You buy it for $5 million, it's a dilapidated property. You improve it for $5 million, you spend 10. The tourism government office gives you back 40% tax credit. It's a certificate that you can sell and get cash. So it costs you now 6. But when you finish building it at 10, it's worth like 12 to 15. So your cost is 6. People say, what should I do when I raise capital? Look, I invite you to look. Because deals over 5 million are not done by everybody. The person trying to sell a property at 6 million in Florida is not having as much volume as the property selling at 250,000. You understand the level you're going to go to? And I'm going to tell you something else. From 5 million to 30 million is too small for the big funds. The big funds don't, it's like, I got to deploy 200 million with a pension fund. We can deal with this. Grant Cardone came in, so raised a lot of money and got all these deals that cash flow right away. But what do they cash flow? 4.5%, 5%, interest only, 2.5%. He bragged about it in his little show. I mean, the guy is all right. I mean, he's just unbelievable. He's like in your face, like, hey, we're gonna do this. You're like, okay, here's my money, And I look at people to see what works and what doesn't work. Now, you don't have to be an accountant to know that he wasn't gonna continue being able to pay. But in his private placement memorandum, if you get to see one, which you can see somebody invested with him, tell them, send me a copy. And it says that we will pay, but as long as we receive rental income, we may have periods of time where we cannot pay out. But we'll just accrue what we owe you and pay you later when we sell the property the best way we can. See how the private placement memorandum becomes your legal piece, marketing piece, and protection piece. Just disclose everything. When COVID hit, he said, sorry guys, I can't pay you. You can Google it. SEC said, we're getting complaints, we're coming after you. He said, it's right here in the PPM, I told them. They said, okay, we're off. Then the investors got together again, and boom, December 22nd, 2022, just a few months ago, they filed another complaint, and they said, he promised 15%. He's not even able to pay 4%. What the heck is this guy doing? SEC said, come here now. We're going to investigate some more. He's doing the investigation, but he is such a public figure now that he has to be careful. Now, but Sharif, how did he afford the airplane for $30 million? Because he charges an actual acquisition fee. So if he's going to get a property for 100 million, he says acquisition fee 3 million. But I'll tell you something else he does. He charges an... Thank you, sir. Give the man a round of applause. Mario, you're like another level, man. And he did some deals in Switzerland too, so we were talking earlier. The key thing is he would buy it at 90 million under his name and assign it to the fund. So you get 10 and 3 from the fund, 13. But is it disclosed? Yes, it's right there. As a matter of fact, in your fund, I put that for you. You'll be, you're not going to be a grand Cardone, maybe a small Cardone. Just kidding. But you will be able to say, are you all real estate investors, yes or no?
Yeah.
So would it be right to disclose that there may be a conflict of interest, yes or no? Obviously, there may be a conflict of interest that the fund manager, is an active real estate investor in the United States of America. And guess what? Sometimes the deals are so good, you can buy them and assign them to the fund and make money. In Ohio, one time I got an offer. This guy says, I knew him while he was a contractor. He said, we got this package of properties very inexpensively. I fixed them. Sharif, my wife manages properties. So we can give them to you turnkey, and I'm willing to sell them to you like at 60,000 each. I'm like, oh my gosh, the cash flow is huge, like 15%. You know, Ohio, like popcorn, these properties in Ohio, you know? So I said, okay, let me have them. Then I thought, if I buy them at 60, listen to me carefully now, I'm gonna show you a good one here. If I buy them at 60, I can sell them at 100 very easy. But the buyer can Google that I bought and closed at 60. What's the buyer coming to buy it from me at 100 gonna say? Hey, Sharif, you just bought it last week. You're gonna make 40,000, that's too much. So let me ask you, can I take them and assign them to the fund at 90? I can take them under contract at 60. So I, Sharif Marawar, have the right to buy these properties at 60,000 each. But I'm gonna assign them to the fund at 90,000. So when it records at how much? 90,000. 60 goes to the seller, and 30 comes to me. Are you with me? But now I turn around and sell it, and the guy coming to buy it looks, oh, this guy bought at 90. He had to pay some assignment fee and this, he doesn't care. At 9, I'll give him the 100. You see my point? Less negotiation, sale was faster, everybody was copacetic with it, and boom, boom, boom. Plus I'm set up in Puerto Rico, when it's a quick flip, I can route things legally through Puerto Rico and reduce my taxes. When you start making over $1 million a year, circle back, talk to a nation, say, hey, where is that guy with the purple shirt that started to... I need to drop my taxes, man. I'll show you how you use Puerto Rico to your advantage. Puerto Rico is an amazing place to begin with, to live in, but they actually continue to have some great tax incentives. You take residence in Puerto Rico, where it becomes your primary residence, and you can route your business legally through Puerto Rico, so long as you haven't lived there for the last 10 years, and you can reduce your taxes to like less than 16%. Unless you like to pay 40% or 30%. Would you like to drop your taxes to 16% legally? Yeah. Blessed by the United States government and Hacienda in Puerto Rico, which is part of the US. Okay? He moved there, he knows. I moved there before they created a lot of the tax incentives, but I'm grandfathered in. Plus, Old San Juan has a lot more even tax benefits. It's mind-boggling. It's like California, you flip a property, they get 53.8% tax. You've been to California? And then you wonder, with all this tax, how come all these people are homeless? How come you're driving like all these homeless people? And then you finish from the neighborhood, you come around, and you're in what's called the Billionaires Row. Billionaires Row. I bought 2 properties last year in Billionaires Row. You can Google them. 2725 Broadway By the way, across the street is Larry Ellison, the 5th wealthiest guy in the world, the owner of Oracles, thank you. The street parallel to it is Vallejo Street. Americans say Vallejo, speak Spanish, so Vallejo Street. 2760 Vallejo. The 3 properties next to it are the John Paul Getty Trust. You know John Paul Getty? All right. One of the richest people ever in existence. The next block is Nancy Pelosi, where her husband got beat up. So always use it as an example. Yeah, you mess with me here in the construction work, you know what happened to him? Nobody knows who beat him up. I'm telling you right now. Just kidding. But the point is, these properties, one acquired at 10.5 million, one acquired at 9 million. We're going to improve them. We're going to sell them. We're going to expand them. And all this approved with the city. We're going to sell them at $25 to $30 million each. Would that be good? Now, you could stay in a critical mass of 225,000, or then you raise money and all of a sudden you're improving the game. So the key thing here is strategize and see how to take properties to their highest and best use, and then pay as agreed, then sell at maximum value within 5 to 7 years and repeat the process.